So I went to school for media production, got married, had some kids, worked in the film industry for a little bit, and then many of you don't know, I spent about 10 years in the delivery industry, delivering appliances, delivering Amazon packages, and my latest, delivering body parts. I got some stories for y'all. YouTube, what's up on this snowy, cold day? Hey, so you see me with the phone mounted up in the car, so it must be story time once again. Hey, if you guys have been missing out on the delivery stories, go to the YouTube page and check them out. Subscribe, because there's gonna be more coming. All right, I got funny stories, I'm gonna have scary stories, and I'm also gonna have very, very questionable stories. All right, I'm gonna have a little bit of everything, and all of these stories come from my 10 plus years of experience in the delivery industry. All right, so in 10 plus years, I have delivered appliances in and out of Michigan. I've owned my own business delivering appliances, going in and out of people's houses, apartment complexes, businesses everywhere. I've also worked for Amazon, delivering packages in various different areas. I've also done Uber. I still currently do Uber. And through my latest gig, I pick up sharps containers from hospitals, med centers, and I also pick up body parts from hospitals as well. And we'll get into that during another story time, because I know a lot of you are probably interested in finding out why this dude picks up body parts, and I'll tell you more. But for today's story, I got to have a little backstory for today's story, okay? To explain why I guess I feel the way that I feel about the way that things went down at a certain delivery that I had. So growing up, I grew up with a mom that was very clean. She was very particular about how things were. Okay, so when this certain thing happened to us, she was devastated. All right, we all were devastated. So growing up in the hood, I had a neighbor that had a roach infestation super bad. Like, it was horrible. It was to the point to where these little things were out during the day, just marching around. Okay, they didn't even care if it was dark or light or what. I think it was just so many of them, they just didn't care. So this neighbor realized that this problem was really bad. So they decided to set up bombs all over the house, roach bombs all over their house, and they pretty much just lit their house up, okay? So, of course, the roaches didn't like that. You know, a whole bunch of them died. I don't know if they ever got rid of all of them, but I heard that they got rid of very many of them, okay? But when they bombed their house, you could go outside in the middle of the night and literally watch these roaches just walk down the sidewalk, okay? And one night I was outside playing with a friend, and I saw these roaches, and I kid you not, walking on the sidewalk towards our house. And when I saw that, I already knew it was over, okay? So shortly after the neighbor bombed their house, we started getting roaches in our house, okay? And all it takes is one. All right, all it takes is one roach with an egg sac with hundreds of roaches attached to it, and it's over. Okay, these things multiply and they spread like crazy, and there's no stopping them. The roaches are like indestructible. Like, you can cut the head off of a roach and this thing will still be running around. They eat each other, they carry diseases, they eat your dry skin, they munch on anything, eat garbage. They are just disgusting, nasty creatures, as we all probably know. Okay, so we started seeing these things pop up just in random places in our house. And this just really, really bothered me when I was younger because I hated roaches. Okay, it got to the point to where I started sleeping with a flashlight and a bat because I just could not stand these things in my room crawling around in random places. They really just they traumatized me. I'll just be honest, because to this day, as a grown man, whenever I think about a roach, I'm still on edge about the whole thing. Okay, so I'm just giving you a little backstory on why exactly I was completely disgusted at this delivery that I'm about to tell you about. Okay, now let's fast forward years later to this delivery that is included in the story time today. Okay, so me and my coworker were at a house. This house is super dirty. And when I say super dirty, I mean you walk in the kitchen, something like spilled all over the floor. Nobody mopped it up. I don't know how long it was there, but you walk in the kitchen and your feet are like sticking to the ground, to the point to where you literally got to lift your leg super hard to get your foot from being unstuck to this ground. Okay, we walk in and right off the bat I noticed roach traps on top of the kitchen counter. Dead roaches all in the traps. Okay, so already I'm like, oh man, let's hurry up, let's get this delivery done. I'm tucking my pants inside my socks because I don't want these little things to hitchhike on me. I'm tucking my hoodie inside the actual sweatshirt part because I don't want them falling from the ceiling. I know how roaches get down. I know how they travel, and I didn't want this happening. Okay, so now I'm ready. It was a refrigerator that we had to pick up and, of course, deliver a new one. So we're getting this old refrigerator situated, get it unhooked. I get the water line unhooked from it. Boom. We're carrying it outside. We're using the dolly strap, the shoulder straps. So I'm on the bottom and I'm bracing the fridge like this, okay? We're going down some steps. All right. So I got my hands. This is back when I was kind of still a rookie. I didn't really understand on how to quite balance a fridge while carrying it. So I got my hands only propped on the top door of the fridge. It was one of them fridges that has the top freezer and then the bottom refrigerator. So I only got my hands at the top. So what happens while we're going down the stairs? The fridge door flies open at me, okay? And stuff just starts spilling out of the fridge. Not only stuff spills out of the fridge, roaches start running outside of the fridge. And I'm losing. I'm like, man, what's going on? Get them all, get them. I'm thinking roaches crawling all on my face and stuff. You know, I'm just losing it. All right, I have a real thing against roaches. Okay, I wish all of them would just leave the world. So at this point, I'm losing it. I'm going crazy, to the point to where I tell my partner, I was like, hey, I can't do it. And I kind of just tossed the fridge over the side of the banister, the railing that are attached to the steps. He's like, what's going on? And I tell him to look down at the refrigerator on the ground. And he sees the roaches. He's like, oh, man, that is crazy. There's like a whole bunch of them in there. I was like, yeah, that's why I tossed this fridge down. But that wasn't the sad part about it. There was open food containers in there. There was like some KFC chicken box in there, and like a pizza box and some other stuff. The lady ran outside and she's like, oh, I forgot to take my food out of there. She comes outside and she starts pulling food out of the refrigerator. Open containers and all. There's like some bowls in there with spoons in them. She's pulling those out. Just trying to scoop up what spilled out, and she's taking it back in the house. And I'm just thinking in my mind, like, you know, you just had roaches inside this refrigerator running all around, right? And you taking an open food container back in your house to eat it? Like, I was done. I was ready to go. It was time to go. I didn't care about the rest of the delivery. It was time to get out of there. But we couldn't just book it. I did tell her that we could not take the refrigerator because that's policy. We can't put a refrigerator that's infested with roaches on the truck with new appliances, because then they're just gonna find a home inside the new appliances, and of course we'll take that to somebody else's house. So she understood that. The refrigerator, we just put it on the curb for a scrap person to get. But we still had a dryer to get out of the house. So we went downstairs. It was a gas dryer. Disconnected the dryer, got that all situated, yada yada yada. This is a gem that I'm gonna drop on you guys, okay? We lift the dryer up and there's a whole bunch of rattling inside the dryer. The lady's like, hold up. There's a whole bunch of money in there. I'm like, yeah, there is. She was like, well, can you get that out for me? So this was my first time ever doing this. So I didn't really know if you could or not, but I looked at the back of the dryer and I saw that there were screws all around the back of the dryer, and I just took my drill and just popped them off. And sure enough, the back of the dryer came right off. I tipped the dryer and change and dollars just spilled everywhere. I think a total amount that she had in this dryer was like over $25 with paper money and coins, okay? So this is what I want to tell you guys. Before you throw your old dryers away, or it might even be helpful for you to do it while you still currently have your dryers. Every once in a while, take the back off of that dryer, give it a little rock, look in it. You might see a $20 bill. You might see something in there that you lost a long time ago. And I know this is true because this personally happened to me. So our dryer went out at home, and because of that delivery experience, I took the back off of it, and literally right inside the dryer at the bottom were sitting 2 diamond rings, okay? These 2 rings were rings that my wife lost over 7 years ago, all right? That she got when we got married. She lost these rings over 7 years ago, and this whole entire time, these rings were sitting in the back of this dryer at the bottom. And we didn't even know it. We were looking everywhere for these rings and never could find them. So they must have ended up in the pocket or something. And when her pants were going through the dryer, they ended up in the back of the dryer. So remember that. Before you throw out your old dryer, make sure you pop that back off, give it a good rock, look in there. Make sure you don't have any money, any jewelry, or anything in there before you dispose of that dryer, okay? So, sorry. I had to go off on a little tangent just to drop that gem on you guys and let you guys know about the dryer. But as far as the delivery, yeah, I put that up on the list of like one of the worst deliveries I ever had, because I literally went home that day and I think I was in the shower for over an hour, and for like the rest of the week I was itching, just paranoid, thinking that I had roaches crawling on me, okay? And it's crazy because other like nasty things really don't bother me, especially with the job that I currently have. You would think that I would be disgusted, but I'm really not. I'm okay with doing it. But when it comes to roaches, oh my goodness, I cannot stand a roach. All right, so hey, before you have a delivery team come to your house, make sure you give that kitchen floor a good mop. If you got roaches, we understand. Most of us have had roaches at one point in life, or still do have roaches. But clean up the dead roach carcasses, and just give your house a once clean over or something, to make it somewhat presentable for the delivery team, especially if the team has to get down on the ground on their knees and disconnect your appliances and stuff. We don't really want to sit on no sticky floor. We don't want to put our knees on a sticky floor. Just be a little courteous, okay? I will say that was one of my pet peeves throughout the years, was just going into some places that were just filthy, okay, and just nasty. And being there and just working on appliances and watching the person that lives there just sitting there watching TV. I'm going crazy in my mind. Like, if I lived here, I would be picking up a mop right now, or scrubbing something down, or you know what I mean. But it doesn't take long, just to be courteous, just to wipe some counters down and mop the floor, and just get things a little prepared for the delivery people, because that helps us a lot. All right. So, hey, if you guys are enjoying these delivery stories, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that they can keep coming. All right. I got so many more stories to come. I got stories that I want to share with you guys about times that I was in danger. I also got stories about my current position, where I go to different hospitals and I pick up body parts. Okay. I got some stories about that. And I got stories about Amazon as well, and Uber. So I got stories about multiple different delivery jobs that I have had over the years. Don't miss out on these stories. Hey, I got people that told me to share them, so I'm finally doing that. Subscribe to the channel for more to come. Until next time, stay blessed, stay prosperous this year, and peace.